Hello and welcome back to another speedy speed build with tequila. For today's build I wanted to do a really chic two-story tiny house, something that I personally would like to live in. So I decided that I wanted to have the top level as the bedroom with a little balcony that she could grow plants on, hang out on, just enjoy the sun. And I mean, to be honest, this is definitely something that I want in my own place if I could have one. But I was looking back on this footage going, oh my goodness, something like this in Sydney would just cost an arm and a leg. Like a place like this in Sydney would easily go for maybe $1 million. It's absolutely crazy. I started off by doing the first floor, and I like kitchens. I think they kind of center the build, and you can see by my decision making, I was really indecisive. The kitchen does change a lot in the color scheme, for sure, because it was getting very monochromatic. Because whenever I think chic and modern, I think about white, grey, those sorts of very flat tones. I don't know, I feel like white and grey make a place look very modern and very clean. Windows are really important to put into places because, you know, if you were to move into a place, you'd want it to have lots of windows, lots of natural light, especially if you were living in an area like this, lots of beautiful nature around you. I always try not to go too overboard with windows because it is just super easy to be like, I'm going to put a whole wall of just windows, but you got to keep it classy. While it's tiled downstairs, upstairs is definitely going to be carpet. I'm a big believer of carpets in bedrooms. Unless it's wood floors, and then, you know, you have wood floors and they're great. They're beautiful. I actually didn't struggle too much with carpets on this build. You know, I found that one and I was like, cool, we're staying here. This is it. Stop making changes, just go with it. For realism, you always have to have your smoke detector and cupboards above your counters. Otherwise, where are you going to put all your stuff? Even for a single woman, you'd be surprised how much stuff you just accumulate. I was thinking about putting some curtains here, but none of them fit and a lot of them blocked out so much natural light that it just wasn't worth putting them up there. Cluttering up the kitchen though is my favorite. I love putting stuff onto benches, even though, like, if this was my personal house, I would want nothing on the benches. I would want it to be completely clean and pristine. But when in Sims, if you don't have things on benches, it looks really kind of lifeless. I was thinking she definitely needs a coffee machine. She's a young working woman. You know, she's definitely getting a cup of joe as she runs out the door to go to work. I know those are supposed to be like pet treat jars, but I was like, I just wanted jars on top of the fridge. The top of the fridge is very underutilized space, both IRL and in Sims. I love putting things on top of things. Put some books up there, put some pet snacks, put a photo, put plants. After putting this plant, I do cut just the boring bit out and change this side table because it's just absolutely ticking me off. Cat planter is my favorite. Tried to put dog planter there too, but it just didn't quite work. So changing the colors and moving on. Got really quite pedantic with the exact placements of certain things, but under the stairs I wanted to make sure it was a really well utilized area. First it has to be illuminated, and I realized I'd been using the wrong drop down lights the entire time. You can see these ones are like silver cylinders. The ones that I really like have the like the glass cylinder. Anyway, she has a desk under her stairs. She definitely comes home from a whole day work and she gets stuck into her side hustle. And she's a brainy woman. She definitely has some bookshelves around, whether it's uni textbooks from her uni days or things that she just loves to read. She definitely has bookshelves around. I'm trying to get better at bathrooms. I downloaded some custom content for bathrooms because I feel like the base game limits your creativity a little bit. Because I love these bowl sinks like this. So pretty. Like if I saw that in a home renovation store, I'd be like, yeah, I want to buy that. Put that in my bathroom. Put that in all of my bathrooms. So I tried to keep it really simple with this one. Big tiles from apartment living on the walls. Big tiles from apartment living again on the floor. And it's really quite simple. And I was going to put candles like underneath the toilet paper there. And I was like, that's a bad idea. Who needs towels? You just need robes, especially when you live by yourself. I put the pink rug for a little pop of colour in there, otherwise it was looking quite boring. I tried to find a painting to put there, and while I'm not super happy with that one, it's still something. Rugs under the chairs are really important as well, like IRL and in Sims, it just really adds something. Paintings, again, liven up the place. And to be honest, I kind of wish I'd put more paintings around this place. You'll see, especially upstairs, the walls can look a little barren, but you know, hindsight's 20/20. I changed the color scheme of the kitchen cabinets, then counters, and everything. I just think it was looking really quite washed out, and sometimes in builds it's good to have good contrast between your darks and your lights. So changing those counters to a darker color really helped bring that room together. And you can see I've definitely changed the wallpaper here. It was a white. Now I've gone for a sort of beige color with a white trim. While I think I should have changed it up here in the bedroom, downstairs it looks really lovely. I really enjoy when you can change the color. You go to change the color of a bed and it changes like the bedspread pattern and whatnot. I think it's so creative and funky. Of course, I'm going with that custom content, like wooden basket shaped side table. I love it. It's my favorite. Absolute favorite. I was trying to think about mirrors and how she would see her outfit for the day, but in the end I didn't go with one, and I don't know, I think that's just, I didn't know where to put it. I was thinking about that empty space at the end of the room going, what can I put there? Should I put a lounge? Wait, I've got something even better. What if it was a reading nook? Because to be honest, I would love to curl up into a little corner of my room with a lot of natural light and get stuck into a really good book. And as a working girl, you definitely know that she's reading books all the time to improve her life and improve her work and improve everything. I mess around with the side table quite a lot here, and I'll speed it up because it's kind of boring me finding like a mug and some books to put on this table just to liven it up, because you know, me personally, I like to keep my book, not the one that I'm currently reading, not on a shelf, but like easily accessible, because if it's easily accessible, I'll go back and read it. And you definitely know that she has forgotten about that cup of tea as she's gotten stuck into her book and it's gone cold. Hands up if it's ever happened to you. It happens to me all the time. I'm like, my tea! Forgot that existed. Just messed around with some painting placement here, but then realized that these ones were just way too bright. I needed to go for something softer, something that really matched this gentle color palette. I liked these custom content ones because I don't like the painting selection in the base game and the expansions that I have, so I downloaded some. It's really easy. Love it. I struggled with the outside of the house because I like doing apartments. I love it because I don't have to worry about this sort of stuff and roofs and windows and all this sort of crap. But I did it and I actually was kind of happy with it. Hindsight, maybe I should have kept it with this lighter sort of color scheme, but I ended up going with a red exposed brick with, I think these are called awnings over the windows. I think it just kind of adds something. Otherwise it was a very flat exterior. After doing that, I was able to move on to the doors, and I wanted a double door, but it just didn't quite work out for the interior placement of it as well. Tiling the balcony, and finally I can start decorating the balcony, and I've been waiting to use that beautiful like outdoor canopy seating area. I wanted to see if I could fit a sunbathing area in too. That's something that I've always wanted. I've always just gone, wow, what if I could just sit out on my balcony in a nice deck chair, just enjoy the weekend more fully. I've always wanted to grow plants. This is definitely a reflection of something that I would want in my place. Plants, just lots of plants everywhere. I think it's awesome. Not that I have a green thumb at all, but you know, I can live vicariously through my sim. Plus it just adds a really nice pop of color on this balcony. Otherwise it would be very boring. I ended up using the landscaping plants and just placing them nicely into pot plants, so it looked more realistic, but gave me more variation than what the indoor plants could. After putting that plant, I was like, what if I made this like a little tropical oasis so she had some shade from plants and could kind of escape into her own little world? And so I ended up putting some plants there, and I love it. I want to recreate this in my own place. I fixed the lighting from those cylinders to the glass ones. Added a few more lamps. I always end up putting them last. Changing the wallpaper one last time, and it's almost time for screenshots. I really hope you enjoyed this speed build with me. I had a lot of fun making it, and I definitely could see myself living in this beautiful little place. Until next time, take care of yourself. Bye!